What the fuck? That's just literally what? Hold up, let me get the definition of dimension
What
for you,
the
because
hell?
the fuck was that? Hold up, I'm just gonna write. Let me get the definition of dimension real quick.
I joined in at the wrong time.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so right by general. All right. So what do you think like the 4D universe is?
A vector of space we can't perceive. There you go.
A vector of space we can't perceive, but why can we define dimensions of it though? Like X, Y. Why can we define dimensions of it?
Because those are dimensions we can perceive. Like the hell?
Exactly, right? Exactly, right? We defined it as dimensions, right? So that's what it's like general relativity. We define these as dimensions, right? 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time as 4D, right?
Who said that?
By general relativity.
What? No, I'm talking about. Okay, so I don't even
Using
believe
general
time is a dimension
relativity.
because by definition is not. General relativity, that would literally just be wrong because by definition.
Literally wrong. All right, prove it's wrong. Prove that.
Okay, no,
What?
watch this, right? All time is, right?
Prove
Because
it.
this is with Shin, right? Because like you niggas don't go to the library at all. If you look up time, right? You'll get progression, right? It's just talking about the progression of objects, right?
Yeah,
So
right. By the
no, read this, right? If time is the progression of objects, and the first dimension only includes like length,
yes,
right?
it's the progression of yes, it's a
And
unified.
you can say length progresses, right? That
Time
literally shows you that time is not a dimension because it does not add another spatial. It's still 1D. It's just 1D moving. It's not 2D. So time is not a dimension. Like I don't know, bro. Like,
horrible.
Whoa. Yo, somebody moderate real quick. Like, let one person speak at a time because I hear both of them niggas speaking.
Yeah, no. What about you, Marvin? You have a pretty decently. Well, I don't know if you're.
Let your father speak, puppy. All right. So basically, what I'm
Nigga,
saying.
no side comments. No side, bro. No side comments.
look in general. Look in scans. I'm gonna send you all the definitions of dimension, and none of them include time at all. They're not even synonymous with time. So this general relativity shit without like, oh, time making up the 4D universe is just stupid. It's dumb.
Because you're stupid, right? You know what the first dimension is, right?
The first dimension is like length, I think, which does not. It's not its time. Really not.
Time is a linear, right? Because it's past, present, and future. It is a line, right? It is back and forth.
Prove,
That is what the first dimension
You
is.
can't even prove that.
Hmm?
Can't even prove that.
I can't. What? That's how we define time. And I'm saying I'm going by
time is just a progression, right? No. Listen, you're confused, right? Time is the progression of other objects.
Are you trying to prove
You're confused. Shin,
you are horrible. You are horrible,
Shin,
son.
you're getting confused. Time.
No side comments.
Shin. Time is progression of objects, right? That does not mean time itself progresses.
Are you dumb? I disagree. Are you stupid?
So you disagree with
dimension. You're just avoiding the issue.
So you disagree with something by definition. Okay, so you're wrong with definition.
You're avoiding the issue.
There's no, bro. I'm saying by definition you're wrong, and the issue that
by the denotation, right? By the denotation of time, it's an indefinite progression of fuck. I can't speak.
Which is not time. That's the definition of time. It is saying that it's a progression of events. It's not saying that time as a whole moves forward. That's like
stop speaking. You're getting drowned. Let him speak. Nobody's finna hear you, bitch.
Who is that?
Sendings.
Oh my god.
Oh, sendings W. Yeah. Anyway.
If that horny main nigga joins, you know what time it is. It's over for that nigga. He's not finna help you.
There's that. There's this. Like I don't know. Like dimensions is like does not like say anything about time.
Hey, where's scans at? What the?
Scan.
Oh, there you go. You got lucky. Anyways.
Right here, right? So basically, it's a measurement, right? So basically, it's length, depth, and right. That's what a measurement is, right? Time, right, is the first dimension because it's linear. It's because it represents. We defined it as the past, present, and future.
Why are you assuming that time moves in a straight line and not just it's always active?
It's a line because it's a timeline, right? We see a timeline. We see it as a past, present, and future, right? So
you understand? Yeah, okay, that's like okay. Something being called a timeline is supposed to represent objects moving, not time moving.
Objects. I just explained you, right? The time definition, the denotation, right, is the indefinite continued progress of existence, events.
Yes, that is not talking about time. That is not saying time moves. What that's saying is that objects move, not time. There's a distinction. Those are two different things.
Y'all some
progression.
bitches.
It's progression.
Oh my god.
It's
It- it's-
progression.
Okay, I'm gonna read out to you, right? It says the indefinite continuation progression of existence and events, past, present, future. Now I'm gonna point this out to you. Time. What is that saying? It's saying that time, right? Saying time is objects like a rock moving, not saying that time moves. Those are
Oh
two
my
different
God.
things.
No, right? What it means by that? It's talking about the sequential events, right, of the universe. How look, right? Look, let me see, right? So the only thing, right, is sequential events, right? The past, present, and future, right? The only reason we move is the sequence because of time, right? That's what it's talking about. Are you dumb? What? And wait, what are you talking about? Like, how
Us moving doesn't, it has like really supports my point more because that shows us that is talking about time making us move, not time moving itself. Like I said, time can just be there, whole,
time
and
itself
causes everything.
causes us to move. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying time itself is causing. It's like the only reason because it's the progression.
But this is not proving that time moves. This is not proving
I'm
that.
saying, that's not my point. That's not my point. I think you just sped, right? So my point is, right, time, right, is a timeline. Past, present, future, it represents a line, right? That is the sequential events that we are going on, right?
Shin, I understand what you're saying, right? And that's why I'm trying to point out. If you look up time, right, and it says the progression of existence, right? All that is saying is that that's saying that the past, present, future, right? This timeline, quote unquote, is talking about the objects moving, not time moving.
And
Like this doesn't help your argument.
wait, would you repeat that, Mike? Like it went.
Okay. I'm saying that this quote unquote timeline you're trying to define as past, present, future, right? If you look up the definition of time, which literally like blatantly like, similar to the definition of a timeline. Literally brings up time, present, future, progression of objects. Like always talking about is saying that a timeline is the objects moving, right? It's not talking about time itself moving.
I'm not saying time. What? Oh my god! All right.
Oh my god, you're trying to say that time is the first dimension because it moves in past, present, future like a line, right?
It is a measurement.
I mean, what you're saying. You're saying that time is the first dimension because it moves like a line, like past, present, future, right?
I'm saying it's a line. It's a measurement. It's the first dimension.
Yes, you're saying it moves like a line, past, present, future.
Yes, and you're saying right. You're saying
yes, and I'm saying that the line that's drawn is a reference to the objects, not time itself.
Are you? It literally even says time itself, the past, present, and future. What?
Bro, I'm gonna read the definition to you again, right? It says the indefinite progression of existence, right? So that's already talking about the objects and not saying time moves. It's talking about the objects, right? And then the second part, when it says
it brings them to existence, right? That's what I'm saying. It's a progression
future regarded as a whole. So again, that is in reference to the objects and not time.
Wait,
moving. Like
what is time? What is your definition of time?
Definition of what?
What definition of time? You're using my definition, right? The indefinite progress, right?
I'm saying you're misinterpreting it, so I guess whatever.
I'm not. I'm saying right time, right? We go as it is a timeline, the past, present, and future, the sequential events, like how we move. That's the events, right? It's in a line, right? Because we're not going backwards. We're not going back. We're not going back in time, right? We're not going future, right? It's a timeline, right? It's a line of sequential events that are happening.
Shin, I was going to point out all this is in reference to the objects that time makes move. It's not saying that time moves.
So time, right? Time makes rocks move.
Bro, y'all just
this does not mean time moves.
You stated that. You said talking about how like objects like rocks move. Prove that. Prove objects move. Like what? It's not saying time.
Can y'all please go to conclusions?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, okay.
You're not trying to hear this shit.
Just conceded. That's all I gotta say. Like you did not ask me to prove a rock.
Who's the judge? Who's the judge?
Like it's saying a rock.
No. Wait, no. Right? Because I'm saying right. What you're saying, it seems like you're saying because time causes rocks to move, right? I'm saying
go to conclusions.
Yes, please, bro. Who's the judge?
It was Tensei and Striker.
No,
Okay,
nigga,
okay,
I thought I was
so-
not paying attention the whole time, but I listened to the conclusions though.
Okay, so Striker, since that nigga's not paying attention, please first conclusions. These niggas have been repeating.
Yeah, go to
themselves.
conclusions, nigga, bro. I didn't know what
So
y'all
long,
keep saying.
bro.
Y'all keep talking over each other.
Did he just say prove an object moves?
Yeah, bro, you're so
Retarded,
stop
bro.
rapping, nigga. That's not funny.
I'm saying proof time causes that rock to move like purpose. That's
Bro,
why
okay. I'm gonna point this out, right? Unless an object is beyond time, right? when it comes to sheer movement, right? The definition of time blatantly says progression of existence. So things do need a time frame
all
to
the
move.
bitches at home, don't you?
I don't know.
Yes, and I'm
All
saying,
right,
right,
bro.
I
I'ma
feel like
be-
it's a lie.
I'ma be
Y'all
real
let
with
Sheriff
you,
about
bro.
that nigga.
It's a lie
Shin,
because
I'm gonna be
like,
real with you, bro. Reading, you gotta hang it up, bro. This is clearly not your forte.
Speed is literally distance divided by time. Like I don't know.
And what did I told you? You're not gonna learn nothing from that nigga or he may quit this fucking topic, my nigga. Like
Yeah.
this is sad.
I was
I don't know who Orihime is.
Can y'all give me
Okay,
Now
Shin,
get
who
to the
made
pack.
you?
We're not trying to hear no more debating. We're trying to hear the packing now.
So,
Already know who
Wait,
fucking
Shin,
won,
who
bro.
made you debate this topic?
bro,
Orihime. It's a nigga
Like,
named
they
Orihime.
don't like you. They don't
I
have your best
agree to
interest
his
in
stance.
mind.
Now,
you mean flaws?
for object to move time.
No, not flaws. That nigga
You
flaws
mean
is ass.
flaws?
That
That
nigga.
nigga
No,
flaws.
not flaws. It's fucking Orihime.
Thought that nigga
Freeze.
flaws was
Or whatever his name
Orihime.
is. Yeah, the freestest nigga. That's the nigga who made him debate this topic.
Man, it doesn't matter. Parrot one. Parrot one. Parrot
Okay,
one.
so
Doesn't matter.
alright, Shan. I'm gonna put this like this, right? If I wrote a book right now that says there's a 3D character who moved beyond time, what would your counter be?
Wait, what I'm saying, you're not understanding what I'm saying. Right, the object, right? What
Can you
I'm
address my argument?
for the object to move, time has to move well because there's a
Shin,
sequence.
Shan, can you address my
Shin, can you
Like, respond to his point.
Shan, can you address my argument? Address my argument. Shan, address my argument.
Events to happen. It progresses things to move. Like
Shan,
right,
can you address my argument? If I was to write a book right now, and I state that in the book, and even me, right, at the altar, I said, this character is a human, he has 3 dimensions, and he moves through time because he can travel that distance, what would your counter be?
Wait, what'd you state? I think I was not listening.
If I was an author, and I wrote a book, right, and inside the book, it says this character has 3 dimensions, right, he's a human, and I said it myself as the author, and I say he moved through time because he's that fast, right, his speed alone can travel that distance, what would your counter be?
Well, how does that defeat my point?
Oh my god.
This debate is
Shut up, Hugo.
if this debate is if 3D characters have immeasurable speed, if they can have immeasurable speed, right?
Yeah,
Because you're like,
moving
you
through time isn't
have to be 5D. That's what you're saying. You have to be 5D. Like, it could be 3D.
Yeah, I'm saying moving through time isn't 5D.
You said moving through time is 5D.
No, that's not what I meant. I said moving through time, right, isn't immeasurable speed. That's what I meant to say. Isn't immeasurable speed.
Moving through time isn't. That's what is my definition, though. What the hell?
So it's not it's moving beyond it.
Linear
It's
time.
beyond time.
Yo, that is so crazy. Let me just get like.
It's beyond time.
I'm so confused.
What did I
Let me just get the immeasurable speed definition, and then you can see, because that's literally what it is. Like, I don't know.
Do people not read the versus battle page?
No, they don't.
They don't read. They have to go to the library. They don't read at all. Like, that's all it is.
There's no way you said immeasurable speed isn't moving through time. There's no way.
Yo, I just want to say this. You feel me? You know, Ghetto Jim. What's your favorite color, bro? You know.
Color's red, because I like seeing this
Red.
nigga bleed, bro.
That shit is so
God.
cringy. Don't
Oh,
say
man.
that.
Right. Shin, what's your favorite color, bro?
ghetto gym. Bro, you said I was a ghetto gym victim? Look at you, bitch ass nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? You all each and
Finally, this is what I was waiting for.
Alright, there you go. You can concede. You just conceded. You just conceded. Okay.
When did I concede? When did I concede?
You literally just like you just conceded. Like that's on VSB, so I'll link the page too.
Okay, I just explained I can use other things, right? And I'm saying, but I
Other
don't.
thing, okay, what other sites? What other sites like blatantly?
Can't just limit threat sources, right? The sources just to versus battle wiki, and we'll leave it on. What does it say?
I posted right there.
Moving
What other sources besides you like yourself, like say like you don't need you like moving through time isn't measurable speed.
Oh, okay.
This nigga named Zero.
Alright. That what it means? Are you talking about the second one where it says moving through temporal dimensions?
What? It says movement beyond linear time. Like, oh my god, what the hell?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, moving beyond it.
Yeah, so if you were to like, and they give an example. I'll give the example too. Like, I'm pretty sure they say like going in the past. Let me see.
I think it says like time traveling with sheer speed can also qualify or some shit like that.
Because they bring up like the Flash, like going back in time. Let's just be alone as an example, versus like Shinra, like because that whole debacle, which I don't care if Shinra's a measure feet, but the Flash definitely is by like their distinction.
Let's concede.
Bro, no. I believe never the character ever.
You're right here. Right here, watch this. This is during the time where we're talking about the distinction between the mesmeral and the infinite speed, and they even bring up how like people with mesmeral speed can hop to the beginning of time. So there is literally saying traveling through time. Like I don't know, like it's pretty blatant. Like if you could read, you know definitions, like you understand that. They have the speed necessary to hop from the beginning of time to the end of time. And
they're saying measurable speed characters can do that. That's what they're meaning by this, right?
So the point is, right? So a person has 3 dimensions, right? So it's 3D, and they run that distance. You would just have to concede.
I'll let you speak. Let me speak. Right? Okay. When they mean by this, right, they're beyond time. Right? They're able to move through time because they're unaffected by it, right? And they're able to they're freely roam across end of time to the beginning of time.
What are we talking about?
Right? I'm saying since you're unbounded by this, right?
What are we talking about?
Oh my god.
I don't know how this changes their size though. That's the argument.
Like, I'm saying it doesn't mean saying moving through time gives you immeasurable speed. They're saying immeasurable speed fuck, I can't speak. Immeasurable speed characters can do that, right? Because it's far beyond time. They're unaffected.
Are you dumb? Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Bro, you're so dumb. They list the tier measurable, and they give us examples to how they reach this tier. And the first example they do is move beyond linear time. And then when they go down to further explanations, where they're given the difference between measurable speed and infinite speed, they literally list this as people with measurable speed can do. Like I don't know. Also, doesn't change their size.
Wait, I don't think you have comprehension. I think you can read. Immeasurable speed characters are far beyond even those infinite speed characters listed above. They perceive infinite characters as completely frozen, right?
Nerd.
And they travel, and they can, right? They can, right? Not
yes, they have the speed necessary. They have the speed necessary.
You can't read. They can travel to the beginning and the end of time.
Bro. It literally says speed characters, right?
Doesn't give you speed to doing that. Moving through time doesn't give you speed to and moving beyond time gives you the definition of.
Bro, you do so dumb. They literally said they had this speed necessary to hop in the time, right? And if you look at their previous definition, right, before they go into further explanations, it literally just says movement beyond linear time. This is why the speed cannot be measured. There's literally talking about speed characters how fast they are. I don't know, you're stupid.
Immeasurable speed characters can do that. Now it gives it not moving through time. Speed.
The point, I know you understand this, right? The point is, right? They're establishing a baseline for you to beat immeasurable speed. Dumbass.
No, are you dumb? Did you read it? Read it again.
Okay.
Read it again. Read it again.
Like yeah, we're moving on. He said, yeah, they're not establishing a baseline. Like that's stupid. They have to establish baseline because if there's no baseline, how would you even beat the tiering system? You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
I never said.
Bro, Jin, do you have a snowball mic, bro?
Immeasurable speed characters are far beyond those infinite speeds, right? And they can travel forward and backwards in time because they're unbounded by time. They're saying
the point. Yes, Shin. The whole point is that they have to establish a baseline, right? And the baseline that they establish is speed characters can travel beyond linear time. That's the point. They can go forward, backwards into the future in time.
Let me see, right? So what I'm saying by this, right? When you sent this, right? They're not talking about if you can move through time, you would have immeasurable speed. They're saying if you move, right? If your immeasurable speed characters can do this because they're unbounded from time.
I'm going to resend. I'm gonna resend the immeasurable speed definition.
You're not attacking my argument. You're saying
resend it. I'm gonna resend it. I'm gonna resend it because you're so dumb. You're so okay. I'm gonna bold it too.
Yes, exactly. Moving beyond it. Time is a measure. Oh my. Right? By the own definitions of time you sent, right? It says, right? Time is a point in time as measured, right? If you're beyond measurement, right? You can't you're unbound from time, right? So right?
I'm gonna put this in like this, right? It says what can't be measured is the speed, I don't know if you know this. This also still doesn't address the argument that like they literally just say moving from past, present, future.
Did you not
is
hear what I said? Like the time you said, it's a measurement, right? If you beyond
Where does this
measurement,
say
it
that?
says
Where does it say
right,
times
measurement,
measurement? Where does it say that?
beyond
Where does
measurement,
it say that?
it'd be
Where does it say
beyond.
that? Shin, can you show me where it says that?
Sure, right here. Second definition clause. Look at clause 2. The definition you sent. The denotation. Look at denotation clause 2.
What? I just sent.
The own definition.
I don't. You must be lagging in chat. You must be lagging in chat. You must be lagging in chat.
I said the own definition you sent. The own definition you sent.
That Shin, I'm talking about what I just sent. The movement. Unless you like, if you're not referring to that,
I would already attack that.
No, the point is okay. The point is they literally just disagree with what you just said. Unless if you think you attacked that, that's fine. I can go back. I'm gonna say this right now. A point of time as measured in hours or minutes, past, midnight, or noon. And do you know what this is reference to? Yes or no? Do you know what this is reference to?
What?
This is reference to the time frame that what you call it, that measures like for example, for a speed equation, right? We need a time frame to how much distance, for example, we need a time frame for how much an object travels in a specific distance to give us like whatchamacallit, a speed for it, right? So when it says measurements like in hours, minutes, or like fucking seconds, right? That's literally in reference to objects traveling, right? Either way, this still does not address the argument.
I'm saying I addressed that argument.
Measurable distance. It does not address the argument.
Let me speak. Let you speak. Right? I'll let you speak, right? Let me speak, right? So I'm saying, all right, right? Objects move because time moves, right? Since the time is moving, since it's the sequential events that are happening, right? It's the sequential events, right?
Yeah, but
it's a line that is a measurement, right?
The point, I don't care if objects move because time moves. That's not the point. The point is that an object can have multiple speed regardless of its size. Travel that fucking distance. That's why I'm asking you to buck my analogy of characters who are 3 in size, just moving that fucking distance in a time frame.
You just 3 times the dimension. You just conceded to your own retarded point. Oh my god, you just conceded.
I didn't though. Do I have to? Okay, I'm gonna post. I'm gonna post the definition of dimension again. Here you go. It literally says measurement of height, length, or depth. It does not say time has length, width, or depth.
It's a measurement. Like you said, it's a measurement. It's front and backwards. It is.
I want you to read dimensions. It says measurement of some kind, and guess what it says? Length, width, or depth. That's probably has length or depth. Prove it.
Length. Okay, right.
You hell? I'm dumb.
Oh my.
Nigga, all you proved is that time measures seconds. You didn't prove it has length or depth. Like you're dumb. You're so dumb.
You're so dumb. Since we already got times aligned, right? It is a length, right?
Bro, okay. I already told you why that timeline thing is stupid. Because that's in reference to objects moving and not time moving.
You can see it. Oh my god.
That's the concession, dummy.
Stop.
Okay. We can move on. I'm going to conclusions. If you think I can see, you can.
You conceded to the fact that they can move because time moves.
Oh my god. What?
You literally said it's fine if objects can move because of time moves. You literally agreed to it.
Yeah, but how does that mean that time has length, width, and depth?
I'm saying, right? It moves because it's the sequential events, past, present, and future. But it is a line.
Shin. I want you to answer the question. How does me agreeing that time moves means that it has length, width, and depth?
I told you it has length because it's a line. I explained why it's a line.
Okay. Like I said, right? Time can be stationary, right? And that encompasses everything and moves. Where's the line?
Everything, right? I'm saying, right? The line is the past, present, and future because it's moving. It progresses. Everything comes.
But you know that's Shin. That's in reference to the objects. Time makes move.
Right? So I'm saying it is a
really reference to the object time makes move. Okay. We can move on. We can move on to conclusions. If you think you want to debate, that's fine. I don't care.
But you agree.
We can go to conclusions. Shin, we can go to conclusions. You think you won, You ready?
That's fine. Wait, Tensei, is Tensei here? Yo, Tensei, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I listened to conclusions. I wasn't listening to anything you guys said. Specifically, everything you said at conclusions because y'all kept talking over each other 99% of the time.
All right, bro. Alright. Stay to conclusions.
Okay,
Thank
listen.
you. I almost said I won. Stay to conclusions.
Okay. This nigga like did not prove that time has length and depth, which is the definition of dimensions. I literally gave like the first two dimensions are just like length and depth. Like time doesn't literally is not there. Like that already shows us that time isn't a dimension. The definition of time is literally just the regression of objects. He tried to pull out like some kind of like timeline means it has length, which is like not true because that the definition of timeline is in reference to the objects moving and not time moving as in a like for example it moving in a straight line like that. Those are two different things. Either way, like he never proved that time moves like a dimension or is a dimension. Not only he just did not address my argument when I said if I wrote a story where a character had 3D size, but he ran in a measurable distance, therefore has a measurable speed. That means 3D characters got a measurable speed. Never addressed that. He just kept rambling on about time bit dimension, which I don't think that even counters the argument that size doesn't change the distance you travel. If you have if you can move that fast, since all speed is a distance all about time, and just says nothing about size being a requirement.
All right, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty right. Like I don't know.
This embarrassment.
He's not finished. Wait, you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. Like
okay.
Wait, hold on. I'm texting. Hold on. Okay.
Text your boy Freaksies.
I mean, like I travel through time casually.
But all right. So basically, right? So I'm saying you agree to the fact objects can move because time moves, right? So we got that out of the point, right? Because the denotations we both agreed upon, right? The denotations, right? Both the denotations, right? Both clause, right? We said that time is an indefinite progression of events, right? And is a measurement by the definitions we were using, right? Right, so I'm saying, shut up. Right, it's a measurement. What is it? That's what the definition of that's the denotation of fucking dimension you sent as a measurement, right? And I already proved this by saying time is a dimension because it is a timeline, right? Because it is a timeline, right? It's past, present, and future. It's a sequential events. It moves, right? It moves, right? And it's a line. That's how it's a measurement, right? So I'm saying it has length, right? Like you said, oh, prove it has length, right? I said it does because it is a line. It is.
Who's the other nigga judging?
It goes backwards to front. What the fuck is fine? So I don't think we addressed that argument. And then he said, "Oh, what if a character, right, moves in a measurable distance?" I was like, "No, because time, right, past, present, and future is measurement, right? Because that's what time is a measurement by the denotation you sent." So then he debunks his own point, right? And then he said, "Oh, by verse by the wiki, right, they can just like move. They can move. Oh, they can move to like the beginning and end of time, and they'll have a measurable speed." I was like, "No, it clearly says a measurable speed characters can do this, right? And by the own definition, a measurable speed is moving beyond linear time, right? And when it means by linear, right, it means a line. So like, verse by the wiki only debunks his own point as well. Like I just ran for you.
Yeah, he can't breathe, bro.
I am reading.
Is this your first time concluding? Like Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna be straight honest with you, bro. I still did not pay attention, so somebody else is gonna have to judge.
Your judgment.
There's like another 20 people on VT. I don't think they'll have a problem giving.
Striker here? What the fuck, Striker?
Striker. There's no way this new. We can do poll in general on that.
Bro,
Wait,
Shin, bro, I'm gonna be real with you.